How do you personally feel about Los Angeles, since this is such a huge part of the movie?
I love Los Angeles. I thought that I think in some ways I can understand why it's not a city that New Yorkers always love, because you have to drive and it's spread out and this and that. But I think that there are these the loneliness of Los Angeles is kind of romantic and kind of beautiful, and you can spend the whole day and nobody knows what you're doing, and you can go to a taco stand at 2 in the morning. But I also experienced it through the lens of this movie, which really loves Los Angeles for all its flaws. So I think I'll never look at Los Angeles like I might have had I just gone out there for pilot season or something.
Do you have a particular neighborhood or neighborhoods that are your favorites?
Yeah, I lived in a neighborhood called Beechwood Canyon, which is right underneath the Hollywood sign, and it just feels like another time. It doesn't feel like now. It feels like Roman Polanski, but not. I would just watch the Wanted and Desired, and the main thing I took away from it is like, LA in the 70s looks amazing. Like, I really want to be there. But
I love the Beechwood Market and the cafe and
yeah, that I was right up the street from that, and it just felt just special. I was really lucky. But I really like all the Los Feliz, Silver Lake area, and there's all kinds of strange life happening in Los Angeles.
Yeah. It's still the big, like, that whole area. Still like a big artistic community there, and you know.
I had a lot of friends who are musicians there, and one of them said to me, there's louder bands in Los Angeles, like bands with instruments more than in New York. Like there's a lot of more techno music or like making music on computers in New York. And the reason is because in New York, it's the sound, we're all so close that you can't play loud music as easily. And Los Angeles, it's so spread out. You can have your band and your drums and everything. It's much easier. And I thought that was like an interesting.
That's completely logical.
Yeah, and it's sort of with that sort of isolation that you're talking about. That's actually a hidden benefit of what is.
It's a kind of great. I mean, it's a wild city. I don't know. I think I'm glad Noah made this movie, because I don't think I've seen very many movies that show it the way it feels when you're there.
I guess in a sense, I feel like the movie exhibited like your own personal Los Angeles, like in the opening sequence, which is just like you and your very private, intimate moments. Like, did you? I don't know. I was just wondering if you comment on like the intimacy, or like how you felt to be personally like your own idiosyncrasies as your entire character, kind of as the details.
Well, all the stuff that we shot in the car, most of it was B-roll, and we didn't shoot it. Some of it was with a process trailer later, but a lot of it was these days actually before the official shoot started, and so it was me in a car, and there was a cameraman right here and a cameraman in back, and Noah's in the hatchback, and I'm driving Noah Baumbach and Harris Savides around Los Angeles for 8 hours. We did it for 8 hours, and we didn't even talk. So it became this very personal thing, and occasionally someone would say, okay, turn here, turn there. And these neighborhoods became so familiar to me that the intimacy wasn't something that was faked. It actually became these interior moments that were happening. And there wasn't like a stop between, oh, fix your hair, fix your makeup, do everything right. It was like, just drive. And so I think that's why it has that quality of just feeling like you're watching someone in their life.
What about Florence's singing? Can you talk about that process?
Sure. Well, when I read the script, music was a big part of the script, or there were pointers of what music seemed to be interesting to these characters, and there's a lot of music in the film, and then Noah said this, but he said music choice speaks to how much these characters care about how other people perceive their choices, and what it means to have people, react to your taste. And when I did my first audition, I knew that Florence was supposed to be a singer, so I sang, and I sang a Judy Sill song, but not the Judy Sill song that's in the movie. And then, and I just kept listening to Judy Sill, and then I finally came upon. I decided for the last audition I would sing "There's a Rugged Road," and then that's what got used. And I'm really happy I got to sing because I love singing, even though I'm not Bernadette Peters. But I think there's something really heartfelt about somebody singing who's not trained necessarily. That you can see their longing and the soul of their characters so much more easily when they sing.